Perfect. Okay. I want to welcome everyone to Vista Center's Tech It Out with Vista. My name is Ryan. I am an assistive technology specialist and the department manager here at the Vista Center. I'm really excited and thrilled that each of you have joined us today for this awesome presentation from Wayaround. We are recording today's meeting. If you do not want to be recorded today, you can turn off your camera, or if you'd like to exit the meeting as well. In a couple of weeks, today's recording will be available on our website, vistacenter.org, under Accessible Technology, then under Check It Out. It will also be uploaded to our YouTube channel, so be sure to check it out and give us a like and a follow while you're there. We hold these monthly tech presentations on the first Friday of every month. Unless otherwise specified, as an attendee today, your name is on our Tech It Out emailing list, and you'll receive an email announcement 1 or 2 weeks prior to this meeting. Other announcements today is keeping in mind that our December Tech It Out will be slightly different in its timing. The host will be Ted Hinter, who is the creator of JAWS, who will be honoring at this year's Vista Honors for the 30 years of JAWS. Please note that the date and time will be December 10th, which is a Wednesday at 1 p.m. The presentation will be virtual only. To ensure we all enjoy today's presentation, I've muted everyone. During the Q&A, please raise your hand, and I will call on the folks that have raised their hand in the order they were raised. When I call on you, you will need to unmute yourself. And then I'll run through these kind of quickly. These are the Zoom meeting shortcuts. We are somewhat limited on today's time with our presenter, and so we'll get to that in just a quick minute. Alt+Y for PC is to raise and lower your hand. Alt+A is mute and unmute your audio. Also, holding down temporarily your space bar will temporarily unmute and mute your mic. When you release the space bar, you'll be muted again. On a Mac, it's Option+Y is raise, lower your hand. Command, Shift, and A is mute and unmute your audio. On a phone, *9 is to raise and lower your hand, and *6 will toggle mute and unmute. And then without further delay, I would like to introduce you Neva Fairchild, who is the Director of Business Development for Wayaround. Welcome, Neva. I'll pass it over to you.
Thank you so much, Ryan, and hello, everyone. I'm so pleased to be here today. Wayaround is your smart assistant for tagging and labeling anything, I mean anything, in your world. Wouldn't it be nice to only have to ask, what is this, of Be My Eyes, Seeing AI, a friend, a family member, a stranger, and then slap a tag on it and create the label. And then anytime you pick that object up again, you can scan it with your smartphone, iPhone, Android phone, or BlindShell 2 or 3 and know what it is. Tag and scan goes beyond labeling. You can put as much information on a label as you need. It could say just red polo shirt to tell the difference between the red one, the green one, the blue one, the black one, the white one that hangs in your closet and all feels the same. It could say more details like sort dark, dry hanging, matches blue jeans, black slacks, khaki shorts, and navy, so that you have as much or as little information as you need about an object. Now, how can I say that we can label anything? It's because we have 7 different types of tags. The first 2 kind are our stickers. A round sticker, which goes on anything except metal, and a square sticker that goes on anything and metal. Wayaround uses the Near Field Communication Reader, NFC reader, in your phone to access the information that you put on each of your tags. The stickers are strong adhesive. You can peel them back off because they're pretty thick, but that's going to affect how sticky the adhesive is if you want to stick it on something else. But no worries, you can also put a piece of tape over the top of it to hold it in place if you've used it once and you want to use it again. The other thing I really like about our stickers is they're on a wax paper backing that is bigger than the actual sticker. Have you ever used your fingernail to try to scrape that backing on labeling tape before and you almost lose your faith trying to get the backing off? Well, not with our stickers. You simply peel the wax paper back and it's super easy because there's an edge to grasp all the way around both stickers. Now, the square sticker that goes on metal is a theme within our stickers or our labels that if it's square, it can go on metal. If it's round, it can't because metal interferes with the reading of the NFC tag. And we put a coating, a special barrier on the back of the products that go on metal so that they can be read and the metal doesn't interfere. Now, because they're round and they're square, you can also use just their shape to differentiate. You can put a square sticker on something that isn't metal if a square will help you identify, let's say in your spice basket, if you put square on savory spices and round on sweet spices, like a cake is round and sweet is a cake, you can just grab a seasoning bottle and feel the shape of the sticker and say, no, I don't want a savory in my brownies. Let's keep looking for a round sticker. And then the information you need about that spice can be put onto the tag. The next kind of labels that we offer are my favorite because they can go through the washing machine, through the dryer, and even to the dry cleaners. And we have two styles of buttons. Our first button is a two-hole button. It's about the size of a nickel. So it's a little bigger than a shirt button, but it's really not very big. It can go down on the side seam near the hem of a shirt, so it's by your waist, slacks or shorts, so it's by on the bottom of the hem near the bottom of your leg or near your ankle. If it's on I'm sorry, your knee. If it's on a jacket, it's going to be kind of by your hip. And if it's on that side seam, there's also extra material to sew through when you are attaching it. So that's where the side seam meets the hem. You've got about 4 layers of material to get the needle to go through. And so the sewing doesn't have to come to the outside of your garment. It's hidden and the tag can be read through the material of the garment. So you slide your hand down that side seam, you touch where the button is and you touch your phone to that tag and it reads through the material. You don't have to flip it inside out. It's also not a good idea to sew them in the neck because it would bug you. It's hard button material and the NFC tag antenna is hidden inside the button. The other button is a little bigger. It's about the size of a quarter and it has a large oval hole in the middle. It's about the size of a dried bean. So I can take an elastic hair tie, put it through that large hole, pull it through if I can get my fingers to work. Here we go. And then put the elastic band through itself, making a lark's head knot. And then this button can be attached to the top of any bottle. Or if it's a larger silicone band, you can even put it around a box or a bag of frozen food in the freezer. The stickers I talked about are water resistant, but the buttons are waterproof. So they could go on things that are outside that you need to label, like a garden stake. You could use a pipe cleaner to go through that large oval hole button. You can use a safety pin to go through. You put the safety pin pointy part through the hole, then you put it through something else. I have it on a bag of Miracle Grow. It's a Ziploc bag, and I put the safety pin through the top of the plastic above the Ziploc so I don't break the airtight seal, and then that button is super easy to read and find. The safety pin, the pipe cleaner, the elastic bands all work great with a large oval hole button. The next kind of label we have is a magnet. This is about the size of a postage stamp, about 1 inch by 1 inch. It's flexible magnet material, and it's dark on one side and light on the other side so that you can use your contrast vision if you are low vision to find it on a can. You can also feel it. It's the thickness of the magnetic tape you may have used with a label maker in the past, but it's a little bigger. So all of our stickers, buttons, and magnets are very tactile. It sticks to the top of a can. It'll even slide under the pop top on a can of fruit or vegetables that comes with that kind of opening. And your phone can read the magnet without the pop top interfering with it. And it won't be in danger of falling off if it's only laid on top of the pop top, because that wouldn't give it much surface area to cling to. The last two kinds of labeling tags are our way clips. These are overgrown, extra large plastic paper clips that can go on the top of a folder. It can go on a booklet, like I have it on this booklet. You see how it goes on there. The bottom part of the way clip has two tangs, a tang that sticks down and a tang that sticks up, and you can slide it on like a paper clip. And then the top is either round because it's a round sticker, or it's a square top because it's a on metal sticker. And so I use this to put way clips on my uh, metal cans that are under my sink in my kitchen. I'll show you. I use an elastic tag, an elastic band to hook around the top tang, which is shaped like an upside down T, so the elastic band doesn't slip off easily. And then I put the elastic band around my can, and then I can tell the difference between the oven cleaner, the Lysol, and the Raid ant and roach killer that's under my sink in my kitchen, because I really don't want to spray Raid in my oven when the pie I'm baking boils over, nor do I want to spray oven cleaner on the countertops when I want to disinfect them. So I can tell the difference in things that feel similar by reading the tag. I can also put warnings on there that says, use in a well ventilated area, like Clorox cleanup, uh, suggests that, and so does oven cleaner. So those are the 7 different kinds of tags we have: 2 stickers, 2 buttons, 2 way clips, and a magnet. And in the question and answer, I would love to challenge you to name something you want to tag that you don't know which one of those tags would work on it, and I'll talk to you about it. The stickers will go through the dishwasher. I have refrigerator dishes that I have a sticker on the top of the lid, so that each time I wash it and get it out and I have a new leftover to put in it, I edit that tag so I can change the information on there, and I can put, leftover taco soup made on September 30th. So when I read that tag on October 12th, I can go, I don't think I want to eat something that's that old, and that science project goes in the trash. Now, here's how simple the Wayaround app is. It is a free app from your Apple, the App Store, from your Google Play Store, and it's on the BlindShell 2 or 3. At the top of the screen, it says Wayaround, heading level 1. You know you're at the top. There's nothing before that until you swipe or scan your first tag. And then above that will be a previous and a next button. So that, let's say if you were scanning something and you were scanning things that you're going to use to make a cake with. So the spice would have your tag. You would scan the flour, you might scan something else, and you could move back and forth between those tags to get the information while you're working on that recipe. Most of the time, you don't need to go back to a previous tag, but sometimes it's handy.
WayCloud connected.
It says WayCloud connected. That tells you that you are connected to Wi-Fi because our tags are connected, are saved to our iCloud storage for you so that when your phone breaks or you lose your phone, you don't lose all of the tags you've created in Wayaround. Unlike other kinds of tagging systems like the PinFriend and the various knockoffs, unless you have a way to back up those recordings and get them back on a new PinFriend, and some of them don't even have a way to back them up, you're going to lose your tags when that pin breaks or just stops working. Sometimes you just want to get a new phone. Well, that's no problem because when you connect to your Wayaround app again and log in as yourself, you will have all of your tags from before downloaded to your app.
Settings.
Neva,
Yes.
it is 10:21.
Okay, great. So I just want to cover a couple of things in settings. You can get to our Wayaround shop there to order tags. They vary from $1.20 to $1.40 each, and you buy them in packs of 25. Or you can buy starter kits and laundry kits and kitchen kits. I just want to show you how easy it is to scan a tag, and then we'll go to questions. So get your questions ready. In the bottom left corner of the screen
Read button.
is a read button. So I double tap
Ready to
that
scan.
and it
Ready
tells
to
me
scan.
it's ready to scan. On the iPhone, I touch the top part of my phone up here where the sound, the ear, where you put it against your ear up on that top skinny edge and on that back side near where the camera is. But Wayaround does not use the camera. It uses the NFC reader.
15 ounces Libby's chunk pineapple.
So I felt a vibration.
Wayaround.
I heard a dink dink, and then it read that this is Libby's pineapple. Okay, and the other buttons across the bottom, now in the middle, there's an edit button. So that if I didn't want to use that magnet on pineapple next time, I could just change it to say peaches or pears or some kind of soup. And then the simple thing to do to create a new tag is in the bottom right corner is a create button. And it brings up a blank tag where you have an edit field.
Enter the text you want written to the WayTag.
And it's as simple as editing an email or creating a text to either use your on-screen keyboard or use dictation or a Bluetooth keyboard, either braille or QWERTY, to create the WayTag. There's a drop-down template that gets into all those details I was talking about, like sort dark, wash cold, that saves you some typing time. And then the other thing I just want to make sure that you know is that the buttons, the tags, even the stickers can be reused as many times and read as many times as you want to. There's no batteries to replace because you're using your existing iPhone and you're using our NFC tags. All right, we'll go to questions. I'm sorry that was so brief. I'm glad to come back.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Morgan, I see that you have your hand up. You are muted. Let me go ahead and ask to unmute you. Still muted. There you go.
There you go.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I didn't hear you at first, Ryan. That was great. Thank you so much for the presentation. I've heard about Wayaround for a little while. I've never used it myself, being somebody, personally, I've just kind of used like Be My AI most of the time. But listening to your presentation, I definitely think I'm going to go order some tags. Question though about the type of tags. So you went over all the different kinds, which is great. I did want to ask about some of the different materials. So for example, the magnets, right? I personally have a lot of things in my house that kind of change. Like snacks, right? I have some plastic bags and I have some cardboard boxes and things like that. And the reason I'm not a fan so much of the stickers is because with that, I feel like it would be harder to change the sticker.
Yep.
So I'm wondering if a magnet would work with that. You also
No,
mentioned
because it's not metal.
What'd you say?
No, because they're not metal.
No,
Bags
they're not metal.
are not
Okay.
metal.
Okay.
Magnets don't stick to anything unless it's metal.
Got it. Okay, so it would have to be metal. Cans, though, you'd mentioned canned goods.
Mhm.
And I'm guessing it could only stick to the top of a canned good, right? Not the side.
That's the safest place because the sides are round. Now, I mean, if your cabinets are full of spam, you're in great shape, okay?
Okay.
But not a lot of us eat that stuff anymore. So the bottom or the top, either way, it's going to stick best to that flat surface. And like I said, you just slide it under the pop top if it's a pop top can.
Got it. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I had a follow-up one about the about plastic, but I think I know the answer. Thank you so much.
Okay, well, I'll just say that the large oval hole buttons are great for plastic and boxes, whether you pin it onto the top of a plastic bag before the Ziploc area so you don't break the airtight seal, or you put a silicone band through the large oval hole, put it back through itself, make a lark's head knot, and then put it around the, box of
Wayaround.
Triscuits.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Awesome.
makes
Okay.
sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, thank you. I'm gonna go download the app and I'll probably
Great.
place a small order for some of
Check
the
out the YouTube link in settings. That'll take you to a lot of videos that'll really help you with understanding Wayaround without having to go to YouTube and deal with all of its intricacies.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Thanks, Morgan. Roberto, I see that you have your hand raised.
Yes, quick question. I had to, but my first question is in comparison to like latency, how quickly can you get that response? So me opening up the app, looking for the button, then asking what is this? How can you show me or demonstrate that
Sure.
process?
Well,
Open Wayaround.
We notice you have spoken, so we will lower your hand in 8 seconds.
Wayaround 1220 set right button. Template. Select create wait enter template
And now
right
lower.
right temp and wait.
Because I was in the create
Way-
screen, I have to get
Wayaround.
out.
Back.
Okay, there we go. I'm back.
Levy's
So normally it would open up to this
No,
screen,
Wait.
touch the read button,
Alert.
double tap.
Ready to scan. Heading. Ready to scan. Heading. 15 ounces Wayaround.
So just that fast it came up. It came up a little faster earlier. And to comment on what Morgan said about, I use Be My Eyes a lot too, but I get tired of the do 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 do
Yes.
do do. And so when I have something, I tag it so that I can get that information more quickly.
And then so how proximity, how close do you have to be to the tag?
You need to be within an inch. Okay.
Within an
So if,
inch.
let's say I had a whole shelf of canned goods, if it could read from a distance as I opened that thing and I got close, it would start shouting green beans, kidney beans, black beans, pears, peaches, pineapple. No help, right? You want to know it's reading that tag that you're touching, not
Yeah, see what I
tags
mean.
that are around it.
So just as a suggestion, maybe one day it can, I don't know if it already does, but if it doesn't, I think it would be a great candidate for working with Siri shortcuts, honestly. Having that read button be connected to Siri shortcuts would be amazing.
I'll make that
Thank you so much.
suggestion. I don't know if it does that. If it does, I don't know about it, but I'll find out. And if not, I will suggest it.
Yeah. All right,
And
thank
if
you so
you're
much.
great with Siri shortcuts, give it a try. The app is free to download and you can set it up to read even before you get a tag and it'll say scanner ready, place the phone close to the tag and you'll know that the Siri shortcut worked.
All one.
Wonderful. Tom, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm unmuted.
Yep.
Yeah, so let's pretend for this question that I can't see so good or blind, and I'm trying to envision this. Could you go over it again, like a
77.
little spice jar, a little round spice? You know, what would you put on it?
So I put a round sticker on the top and then I would trade this top out when I bought a new bottle of the same spice, or I would reprogram it and put this top on another kind of spice. And it just sticks on that top just perfectly. You could put it on the bottom, but then it's consumable. You're going to throw the bottom away, but you could keep the
Okay.
top.
Mute. Currently unmuted.
Okay. And I appreciate that you brought in your competitor and
Do
gave
not
him a
disturb.
two-finger eye poke. It's always nice to see, what the competition is, and thanks for bringing that up also.
Well, and I'm a former Pen Friend user. I love my Pen Friend, but when you break it or when you lose it, your tags are gone.
You like it, love it, but not as much as yours. I got
That's
it.
right.
Thank you.
That's right. And
Good
I'm
stuff
sorry,
until you
y'all.
have something better.
Yeah. Well, and I use my Pen Friend still, because they have little tiny labels that go on my essential oil bottles, all right? But it's really tough for me to keep up with that Pen Friend. The thing I love about Wayaround is my phone is always with me. If I'm in the kitchen, if I'm in my bathroom, if I'm in my closet, I can read my tags because my phone is either in my pocket or in my hand.
Neva, thank you
I
so
think that's an
much.
excellent point.
Thank you so much, Neva, for
I'm so
your time
sorry,
today. It's
Ryan.
okay. We cannot wait to have you back. And then
Okay.
actually we'll turn it back to Bob. And
Yeah, Bob, keep answering
yeah,
questions
he'll help walk us
and
through his use.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, everybody.
All right, we'll talk soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Fairchild has left the meeting alert.
So thank you, folks. Neva just this morning understood that she is under a different time zone and did not know that we were Pacific. She had thought that we were on the same time zone, and so she is running to another meeting that she has to tend to. So Bob, if you're willing, you had said that you would talk about your experience with Wayaround, and we'd love to hear that.
Sure. What's interesting, Wayaround is the very first app that I downloaded onto my iPhone. Well, I actually take that back. I had to download a QR code scanner first, and then I was able to put the Wayaround on. In fact, I was at the NFB convention, and Jessica, the owner of the company, was there demonstrating her product, and I was very much interested in it. So she put the app on my phone, downloaded it, set it all up for me, and I've been using it ever since 2019. I use it in my shop a lot. I have all my little parts bins, drawers, with the stickers on the front of the drawers, and so I can just scan down the shelves and see what's in each drawer. I put them on like my table saw blades. I have an assortment, as most woodworkers. We have tons of blades in our shops, and so I'm able to put when I bought the blade, when was it last sharpened, details about the blade. It just helps me move along pretty quickly. I use them on my clothes. I do sew them into the tails of my shirts, so I'm able to scan in my closet and tell what color my shirts are. And you can put as much information on the tag as you want. You can just keep on typing or recording, and it's not your voice, it's the computer voice, digital voice that comes back to you. So I even put them on the back of my buckles for my belts, and I'm able to tell, is it a brown, a black, a blue belt. I don't use those paper clips so much. I do have them, but I just haven't found a particular use case for me that makes them very practical. But I really like them. They're great.
And now raise press F6 to reach Bill.
Thank you so much. Tom, did you still
Hey,
have did you have
Bob.
another question, or did you want to ask Bob a question? Your hand is raised.
Yeah, I didn't raise it. I'm good. Hi,
Okay,
Bob.
perfect. Yeah, there you go. All right, I'll go ahead and lower your hand. Roberto, I see that your hand is raised. Go ahead.
Okay. Mute.
Sorry, that was by accident.
No worries. Yeah, and Morgan? You just muted yourself. I'm sorry. There you go.
Sorry. So It's interesting to me, Bob, that you mentioned about the way you label stuff in your shop, because that was one of my thoughts actually, is I have several Lego bins here of different shapes, different sizes, and different colors. And that's one of the thoughts I had outside of like the kitchen stuff and the clothes stuff, is using them. Although I don't like the idea of the stickers just because I feel like they aren't as reusable. Like if you got, a different, say, set of drawers for your shop, then you're gonna have to go and re-sticker everything. Um, versus that's why I was asking initially about the magnets. Quick question though, and I just don't remember the answer. You'd mentioned that when you first downloaded Wayaround, you had to first get a QR code scanner. Was QR code scans not available with the iPhone at first? Or I'm a little confused on that.
Yes, when I first got my iPhone 8, which I'm still using today, um, it did not automatically scan QR codes. And so when I was in her booth and she said, "Oh, we'll just scan here and it'll automatically download the app for you." And I said, "Well, I don't know how to do that." And she says, "Well, let's use your QR scanner." And she's, "Oh, you don't have one. Well, let's download one of those first." And
Oh, okay.
so she downloaded the QR scanner, and then we were able to scan her little QR code in her booth, and then it downloaded the app for me.
Wow, it's amazing to think how far we come at now that's built in.
Yep, things are only getting better.
Yep, yep. Okay, thank you.
And Roberto, I would say there's no latency. It's as soon as you touch the tag, it's giving you the information right back.
Okay, mute.
That's good. Yeah, that was good to know, because if you did do that in a Siri shortcut style, then that would be beautiful. As we've seen, Siri shortcuts are really instant. So I can just imagine myself picking up my phone saying, "Hey S, uh, way around." Let's just say that's a shortcut verbal command. So, "Hey S, way around," and then right away it comes back with the auditory information about that product. So I think that implementation would work out and would probably even get more people interested in that product. So either way, just out of curiosity.
No,
Yeah,
that
that's
that
good.
sounds like a good idea.
Good. Well, wonderful. Does anyone else have any other questions? Awesome. Thanks, Bob, for sharing that experience. I have a couple clients that, particularly one in general that I know uses it a lot for her fridge. She's fairly active within her kitchen, and she has found it very helpful in her fridge, in her pantry, and so forth. And so that's been really good. I do like the cleaning products that Neva was talking about in regards to the cleaning products. I too would maybe suggest just not keeping your cleaning products in your kitchen and keeping them elsewhere, and then going and grabbing them and then putting those back. But it's still just important, and it really, I think, strengthens one's ability to be independent. Yeah. Does anyone else have any other questions? Oh, Morgan, I see that your hand is raised. Go ahead.
Sorry, just a real quick question. I thought about this when I was talking with Neva and I forgot. She'd mentioned that the price of the tags and all that is like $1.20 to $1.40, but then she'd mentioned about it being like 25 of them. So just to clarify, that's $1.20 to $1.40 per pack, right? Of like 25 of these little tags.
No, that's per tag. So you're looking at $25 plus per.
Okay, okay. That's what I want to clear, because I was going to say that is an incredible deal if it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Well, and their starter packs are a good way to go because you get a good mix of tags in their starter packs.
What is in the starter packs? Do you know? Like,
Oh, it's been a while since I've purchased them, but you get an assortment. So you get
Okay.
like 5 paper clips, 10 magnets, 15 buttons. They try to give you a sample of all of them,
a
but
little
enough,
bit of everything. Okay,
enough
that's
that you're
good.
able to use them. I
Yeah.
will say, my go-to for a lot of things these days are just my Ray-Bans. They're I don't pull the Wayaround app up as often as I once did,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
because it's easy with my Ray-Bans.
Yeah. I do like my Ray-Bans.
Awesome. Well, if anyone has anything else to kind of add, I know that Bob, you were just talking about your Ray-Bans and utilizing those, similarly to how you would with Wayaround, just for identification purposes. Does anyone else have any tools that they utilize in their day-to-day that help them with these types of challenges or their independent tasks?
Ryan, can you hear me? This is Bevy.
Hi, Bevy. Yes.
Hi. I wanted to add to what Bob was saying because I also have the Wayaround.
Mhm.
The ones that you can clip onto something, I found a really good use for them is to mark my my cords, my charging cords, of which cord it is, you know, which one it goes to. So that's a really good way for those.
Nice. Perfect. Anyone else want to share their experience?
This is Morgan. So one of the things I've started to use for some items is actually my Google Pixel. In the camera app now on Google Pixel with Android, you can perform a gesture if you have TalkBack running, which is a built-in screen reader. That is, if you're on the camera, you take 2 fingers and you swipe down, and you will receive a description, a detailed artificial intelligence description of whatever is in your camera view. So I do that a lot for when I'm wanting to sort things because it's very quick. And if you do not have TalkBack running, you can still use this feature. You just swipe down with 1 finger instead of 2.
That's awesome. And that's pretty quick. You said that's pretty instant.
Yeah, it's what's really nice about it too is it won't tell you just like for example, I don't know, a bottle of milk on counter, right? It'll tell you like, oh, a countertop with a bottle of milk. The milk it'll describe it, but it will also tell you if the image is blurry or out of focus. So you can really kind of hone in and try to get that as good if you wanted, like for whatever reason, if you were, I don't know, trying to take a picture of milk for social media. And so that's one of the nice things about it. Also, if you happen to move your phone and it goes out of frame, the description will stop. So you know that, hey, that item is no longer visible to the camera. So it's really handy. I use it all the time. Unfortunately, it's not on iPhone yet. That's specific to Google Pixel and Android. But who knows? Maybe next Apple event we'll get that.
Well, and
Nice.
I also want to mention, let's not forget the low tech or no tech solutions that are available to us too. You can just put, like one rubber band around a particular, let's say it's your shampoo bottle. So you can tell the difference between the shampoo and the conditioner, or you put 2 rubber bands around a different bottle. You can put Ziploc bags, and you can, like notch the corner of the bags. There's all kinds of, let's just say, no tech identification items out there.
There is braille being put on some shampoo and conditioner bottles now, apparently.
Yeah.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. Or tactile markers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really cool. Awesome. Does anyone else want to share anything? Today is we're open conversation now. We really appreciate Wayaround and Neva for joining us today. I apologize that there was the mix-up and that she was only able to stay there for a little for a little while, but I think that it's really great in our community here. All of us, I know each and every one of you, all of us are comfortable with just sharing our experience and so forth. So yeah, I appreciate you all. We can have an open conversation. I'll go ahead and